In the previous video, we discussed about Article 100, which is related to the quorum in the houses. We learned that 10% of the membership of the house is quorum. Of course, we have skipped Article 89 to 99 because they related to the chairman and deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha and speaker and deputy speaker of the Lok Sabha, which do not require much discussion. It is enough to know that they are elected by the respective houses and they are also removed by the respective houses. Deputy chairman acts as chairman in the absence of the chairman, and deputy speaker acts as speaker in the absence of the speaker. Except that there is not much to discuss about the chairman and vice chairman of Rajya Sabha and speaker and deputy speaker of the Lok Sabha. Today, I will engage in an informal discussion. Our target is to enlighten the masses and ultimately lead to a republican rule in India. That means rule of the president. Indian masses, even the elite, are under the wrong impression that president rule means emergency. It is something dangerous to fundamental rights. Unfortunately, it is not. We are seeing in America, it is always the president who rules. Does it mean that there is emergency continuously in America? No. If you remember in the preamble, India is a sovereign democratic republic. I told several times, a republic means a country which is ruled by an elected or nominated president instead of a monarch in which people are supreme. Exactly in tune with this definition, Indian president is an elected president. He is elected by all the MLAs in India and members of both houses of the parliament. Can you tell me if there is any other person in India which is elected in the same scale? Prime Minister is elected by the members of the Lok Sabha even with a single seat, and he can lose his position with a single seat again. As a result, we have seen one-day governments in some states and 13 days governments at the union level. You can calculate how many thousands of rupees must have been spent in conducting national level elections and how many lakhs of mandates must have lost in the process of conducting elections. Having conducted so extensive elections, what is use if somebody terminates the Lok Sabha and declares midterm elections? This is also what is happening in states. On the advice of the chief minister, governor is recommending to the president, and the president is dissolving the government and the assembly under Article 356, and within 6 months they are going for midterm elections. I told you several times, Article 352 and 356 are not meant to dismiss the elected houses. Dissolution is a temporary affair. They will have to be restored after the issues settled in. This is a gross misunderstanding. I told you several times, such a condition is there under Pakistan Constitution, Article 58 and 112. There under Article 58, if the Prime Minister advises the President of Pakistan, he has to dismiss the Parliament within 48 hours. If it is not done, the Parliament is dismissed after lapse of 48 hours. The same way, under Article 112 of Pakistan Constitution, if the Chief Minister advises the Governor to dismiss the Assembly, he has to do it within 48 hours or else the Assembly is deemed dissolved after the lapse of 48 hours. and fresh elections will have to be conducted within 60 days. Such a meaningless, undemocratic, a ruthless condition is not contained under Indian Constitution. Who is anybody to terminate the memberships of the elected people? After all, they are representatives of the people. They are elected to serve the country for 5 years. If somebody is allowed to terminate their memberships without any reason or for political reasons, it is not democracy at all. Unfortunately, the same thing is happening in India. Be what it may, I told you today, my target is to inform you that we should bring president's rule in India, rather republic rule in India, true to its definition in the preamble, sovereign democratic republic. There should be sovereignty, there should be democracy, there should be president rule in India. That is what the people of this country solemnly resolved to constitute this country. Some time back, one of my friend was going to meet brother of our beloved Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji by name Prahlad Modi. He asked me whether I could come along with him. It was a pleasant surprise for me. I readily accepted his offer. I did not have any purpose. Just I followed him. My purpose was only to introduce my book to him. I have written Indian Politics versus Indian Constitution in English and Bharata Prajalamagu Memu in Telugu and got it translated into Hindi through one of my friends in Meerut by name Amitabh Chaudhary with name Bharatiya Rajniti Banam Bharatiya Samvidhan. When I met Mr. Prahlad Modi, I started explaining him, taking some time off, that India is a republic and it should be ruled by an elected president. Prime Minister and Chief Ministers are not elected people. They are appointed people under Article 75 and 164 to act as aides and advisors to the President of India at the union level and to the governors at the state level. Election of Chief Minister with majority in the Assembly and election of Prime Minister with majority in the Lok Sabha is not contained under Indian Constitution. It is contained in Pakistan Constitution, Article 91 and 130. In fact, that is a very dangerous proposition because the ruler of this country, as we think as on date, the Prime Minister or a Chief Minister would lose his position with a single seat deficiency. This leads to political instability, political uncertainty, political immorality, and horse trading in members of the houses. Such a bad provision was not contained under Indian Constitution. Unfortunately, we misunderstood the theme of the Constitution, the scheme of the Constitution, the heart of the Constitution, and going the wrong way. In that wrong way, of course, we traveled a long way. As such, it needs a lot of effort to bring the situation in line with the Constitution. Mr. Prahlad Modi has told, मामला तो बहुत गंभीर है. What you said is true, it appears to me. But even Narendra cannot do anything about it. If he starts saying that it should be the president who should rule this country, the opposition parties will raise hue and cry, saying that Mr. Modi is trying to enforce permanent emergency on India. We know with such a slogan what happened to Mrs. Indira Gandhi and the Congress party in 1977. So he said, First of all, you have to educate the masses. You have to take this matter to the people, and you would question President of India is the widest elected man, whereas Prime Minister is not an elected man. Even if we think for a while that he is elected by the Lok Sabha with a single seat majority, how is he entitled to rule over this country? The President of India is elected by the Electoral College consisting of all the MLAs in India and members of both houses of Parliament without issuing a whip. That is the genuine and real democratic election. I told him even the Constitution prescribed only 2 elections as responsibility to the Election Commission of India under Article 328. One is election to the Lok Sabha and the assemblies, and the other is election of the President and the Vice President. Except that election of Chief Minister and Prime Minister are not contained under Indian Constitution. So as a result of discussion with Mr. Prahlad Modi, I thought of bringing out this concept to the people of India. I have dispatched my English books and Hindi books to each and every parliamentarian in the country. Some might have seen and some might not have seen it also. Of course, I received a complimentary letters from certain governors and parliament members stating that we are not in a position to deny what you state. We are surprised how 75 years have elapsed with this lapse. It is time to constitute committees with juries, intelligentsia, bureaucrats and politicians to ponder over as to what is the real concept of the Constitution. I was gratified with such letters. Then I dispatched the gist of my books to almost all the MLAs in India, numbering about 4,000. As a next step, I started giving YouTube interviews in Hyderabad in Telugu. In fact, that was a practice to me. That was a rehearsal for me. I was reconfirming to myself that I am explaining in an articulate manner and that what I am stating, I am able to support it with reasoning. Having gained that confidence, I have started my own web series. Otherwise, the other channel people are creating awkward thumbnails for sensation, for views. To avoid that, I have started my own web series and started giving lectures on each and every article. Till yesterday, we have completed up to Article 100. We will move further. In the meanwhile, I wanted to inform you our target, I hope, would be able to achieve with cooperation of all of you. I request you to please subscribe, share and comment on my videos so that the message reaches to masses. And ultimately, that may result in a change in social, political and economic order in this country. Thank you. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you.